Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blue Whale and welcome back to another Why Did I Win? Now today we are going to be playing Rek'Sai, and I know we already had a Rek'Sai video the other day, but I don't really have that much footage since it just got to patch 6.10, and this was a really good game to pick Rek'Sai, and also it's a really short gameplay, so all those things made me decide that we'll use it for this Why Did I Win, and I'll try and get it varied up by next week's. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so here we are loaded into the game, and I mean, as you can already see by the video length, but you can also see down here 1612. It's a little bit longer than that, but they did end up opening up a lane. However, that's just because I actually was able to impact the map a lot this game. Now, why was it a good game to pick Rek'Sai? Well, my team, as you can see, Rek'Sai just fits. This guy didn't actually show who he was going to play, but his name was Don't Chase Me, and his tag is like Singed or something, his club tag. So I was pretty sure he was going to play Singed. Our mid lane showed they wanted to pick an Ahri, and then bot lane, it doesn't really matter, but the important thing is we didn't really have a tank, and we had AP laners. So what that means is we need a tanky AD. Rek'Sai is definitely the best tanky AD. Olaf's a close second right now, but the things about Olaf is he's really risky to first pick, and I was actually first pick for my team. So I went with the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is pretty safe. Not that many champions are that great in Rek'Sai, and they actually picked a Lee Sin, who I think we went versus last time too, but Lee Sin's not good in Rek'Sai, so I have the upper hand in this matchup, and just wanted to I kind of wanted to just touch on that. As far as the enemy team goes, I didn't really know much about it since I was first pick, but as far as who I should gank, Malzahar is a pretty easy gank other than his passive. Obviously he has no real escape, and then top lane also no real escape except queuing to an enemy, so solo lanes look pretty easy to gank. Bot lane won't be that hard to gank, but the solo laners are just so much easier. So go ahead and start at my Krugs. My bot gives me a decent leash. I start with my Q, get your W level 2, all that's the same. I come over here, I warded this, and I asked my bot lane to ward just to make sure Lee Sin doesn't end up invading me. He's not going to. I'm going to clear the jungle. All that's pretty standard, so I'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit. Now, the focus of this game is to snowball my solo laners because they are the AP damage dealers, and bot lane should win on its own. Tom Kench kind of sucks right now, and Lucian is low-key the best AD carry in the game. So those two things together means our bot lane should win, and late game we should have the advantage as long as our solo laners do well. So that's my main focus this game. However, I am actually going to gank all of the lanes. I clear my whole bot side jungle, and then I'm level 3, and I have a red buff, so it's time to look for a gank. I come mid. Malzahar actually does not have his passive up. You can see the countdown down here. Ahri was just making sure she auto-attacked Mal so his passive would go down. So I come to look mid, see if I can go for a gank. Once he gets kind of close, I go ahead and go for it because he wasn't pushing. You see the waves pushing towards him. I come in. Unfortunately, the minions were there. I wasn't paying attention to that, and all I'm going to do is get one auto off on him, and I actually take a turret. And while that, you know, taking an auto is not a good thing, I reset his passive, and I didn't like die or anything. I'm fine. Now what happens top lane, we'll actually rewind it. I might as well rewind it because this video is going to be short either way. But Lee Sin comes for a gank, and it's good for Lee Sin to come for a gank because Singed doesn't have flash. He took Ghost instead because Ghost did get buffed. I agree with Singed taking Ghost, however he's pushed up and he doesn't have flash, so that means Lee Sin's going to come for a gank. However, this Singed knows what he's doing. So once Lee Sin comes in, he makes sure to get a poison on Irelia. He flips her, he ignites her. Irelia gets greedy and comes in for the last hit, but that just means that Singe's poison is going to reset, and Irelia is going to die too. So Singe managed to trade 1 for 1, and Lee Sin, he did get an assist, so technically he's a little ahead of me, but it's not a big deal. And I go back to kill my blue. Once again, blue is not that important on Rek'Sai. However, if it's you might as well get it on your first clear so the enemy jungler doesn't get it, and if you don't want to waste your mid laner's time of coming to get it, sometimes it's not always worth it. So I just keep it, and then I'm just going to clear my jungle for a little bit. There's not really much for me to do. All I want to do is clear my jungle and actually set up my tunnels. which I am going to set up a tunnel, I think, after I kill these. And, oh, I'm going to go for a gank top. So I set up a tunnel here. Remember, I'm going to pause it. The tunnels, ideally, you get one from Gromp to right about here. Get one from over blue to wolves. You get one from wolves to over here. You get one from here to raptors. You get one from this wall to here. And then you get one from this wall to there. And then that way, when you're clearing your jungle, you can just move through it extremely quickly, which will, of course, increase your jungle speed. Now, going for a gank top, I knew since Singed was able to kill the Irelia, I figured he had advantage, and he's a level up, and he's pushing the wave, so all that means is that if I can get a gank off on this Irelia, then we'd probably kill her. However, as you can see by these pings, which that is the enemy team's ping, so I didn't know I was warded, but I kind of figured just based on how Irelia was acting, and I was making sure to pay attention with my trimmer sense, because when you're playing Rek'Sai, that's something you gotta do. And when you hear that noise, if you guys heard that kind of void-esque noise, that means that somebody's entered your trimmer sense. So I look down, Lee Sin has come up, but I make sure that I played this the best I can. Let's see if I actually did it right. So whenever you're playing Rek'Sai versus Lee Sin, remember you want to right click on him, and that way Rek'Sai will knock him up before he lands his second Q. So I had 583 life. We'll see if he actually does it. He did deal the damage, but I did knock him up as soon as I could. That way when he uses his E on me, and how did I, oh no, I thought, never mind, sorry. That way I knock him up, he doesn't get much damage on me, he slows me with his E. Singed is incoming, but Lee Sin could definitely kill me right here because he has red buff and he's level over me. So I didn't want to continue fighting Lee Sin. He ends up queuing the Singed and then leaving. So I'm going to be fine, and we're not actually going to get much for that. And then I'm just going to end up recalling because we can't dive the Irelia with Lee Sin here or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to base. Use the tunnel to get out of base quicker. I usually set up one here, and then next time I recall I'll set up one here, and then that way you can just zoom on out of base. But in the meantime, you saw my bot lane actually killed the Caitlyn, which is great because we did mention that they should be winning bot lane. Wasn't 100% sure if it was going to happen, but they do. They are winning it right now. So that means I'm free to jungle. And then now my top lane is doing well. He was just a better player than this Irelia is what it comes down to. I made sure to go up there enough to where Lee Sin didn't completely camp him. I kind of denied Lee Sin that last game, but you can see the Singed just knows what he's doing, and he's gonna end up start beating the Irelia. My bot lane has an advantage, so now all I really have to do is gank mid. So I'm just going to clear the jungle. I am actually going to farm for a little bit until I hit level 6. And then here I remembered about my tunnels. So I finally start setting up my tunnels decently. But yeah, I'm just going to farm for a little bit. There's not really a rush for me to do anything. Top lane's definitely winning. Even though I didn't do that much. I made sure Lee Sin didn't do anything. And you'll see soon, Singed is just going to start killing her. So all I need to do is try to gank mid. Or just go bot, snowball bot, as far ahead as Singed is. Right now I'm just clearing the jungle though. After this I'm going to be level 6, I think. Yep. And then Ari started a teleport bot, if you saw that on the minimap. We can actually rewind it, I guess, so we can see. So Ari had mentioned in chat that she had teleport up, and she was looking to gank bot. Speed up a little bit. Lee Sin shows up bot, and he's trying to gank my bot lane. So Ari, of course, is going to try to teleport bot. You'll see her caster teleport pretty soon. Malzahar's not going to let that happen, so he silences her. But then I'm going to come punish Malzahar for that silence. Now, while he didn't really, I guess he didn't overextend that much, he's definitely pushing, and he's definitely a Malzahar, and all that means is that once his passive's gone, he's going to be an easy gank. So Ari actually hit her Q on Malzahar. He didn't take much damage, obviously, because he was in Void Shift, but now he is not in Void Shift. So as soon as he ends Void Shift, I'm going to go ahead and E out of the bush. I'm going to come up to him. He did have flash here, but I think he knew that he was dead either way, which he was. There was no way he was going to live this. So I just come in for the knockup. You remember the Rek'Sai combo is to lead with your Q and then use your E after all of your Q autos. So that's what I do. He gets low enough, and then Ari's just going to finish him off. I definitely don't want to take this kill whenever you're playing Rek'Sai, whenever you're being the main tank for your team. I mean, Singed is tanky, but I'm going to be the main tank for our team. No reason for me to take that kill. I give it to Ari. Now she's well ahead. And now I'm going to go hang out bot because my bot lane was already winning. I mean, they obviously killed the Caitlyn in the meantime. And Lee Sin did show bot. So now all I have to do is make sure that Lee Sin does not get anything off on bot. and pretty much every lane is winning on our team. So I come to hang out at the Scuttle, and I see Lee Sin on the Tremor Sense, and I actually mess with him for a little bit, just messing around. I made sure the Scuttle was in between me and him so he couldn't Q me. He actually warded the dragon here. I wasn't aware of that at the time, but we'll see it later. He wards the dragon and he goes back to jungling. Once he's gone, I'm going to kill the Scuttlebug because I still don't have my Cinderhulk, and I do want to go back and buy my Cinderhulk, but I also want to have sight of dragon in case if Lee Sin decides to do dragon while I'm not around. So I finished off, but then my red's up, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off my red, and I think I'm actually going to gank bot. Yeah, I couldn't quite afford my Cinderhulk. I could afford Cinder, but Cinderhulk costs $16.25 when you have this item. So I'm just going to jungle for a little bit until I can get my Cinderhulk. That's pretty much all it is right now. Got my red to make sure Lee Sin did not get it. And now I look for a gank mid. However, remember, Malzahar did not flash when we ganked him because he kind of knew he was dead. So it's really unlikely that I am going to get this gank off on mid. But I come to check it out anyways. Malzahar didn't have it warded because we do have the Raptor buff. But he kind of knew something was up. He was playing safe. And then here I find that ward that Lee Sin placed. Remember I said he placed that earlier. And now I'm just going to go bot because there's honestly top lane. He did actually die. I didn't even know he died solo. Well, I really beat Singed. Wow, he must have. I mean, she didn't even use Ignite. Let's watch this actually. Let's see what happens. Okay, he's half health. I bet he turret dives her. Let's see if that's what happens. No, he just straight up got owned. Wow. Okay, well, he died, but he's going to start doing well soon. And my main focus is just bot lane. So I come bot. Tark hits the stun on the Caitlyn. I'm going to go ahead and E in. I'm not going to be able to knock up the Tom just because he's right outside of my range. And I don't want to turret dive. So bot lane gets away. Ahri's coming down, and then I ask her to start the dragon because bot lane is clearly ahead. You know, their bot lane can only run from our bot lane. Their top laner does not have teleport. Lee Sin, we had vision of Lee Sin, so we would know if he was coming to us. And Ahri was already at the dragon, so it's a good time to start the dragon. I come over here, I start hitting it. Remember, we have decent vision, so we'll know if Lee Sin tries to contest it, but he's not. He's just going to leave. And we're going to finish off the dragon here. I am going to tank most of it. No reason for turret to get low when I'm tank Rek'Sai, and I'll be able to heal afterwards. We get the dragon, and then Ahri hits a charm on the Tom. She's going to jump on him. I'm going to come around the corner. We're going to kill him. And then Caitlyn's alone under the turret, and since she doesn't have Tom to save her, I'm going to go ahead and dive the Caitlyn. Wasn't the safest dive since I didn't actually have Cinderhulk yet, so I'm not that tanky. But with Ahri here, I do a lot of damage. I have a red buff. Ahri does a lot of damage. Rek'Sai, she does damage at different times. She does damage early game, and then she kind of falls off damage mid game, and then late game, once you have Black Cleaver and Titanic Hydra, you'll do a ton of damage again. But anyways, I have enough damage to come. I'm going to go ahead and flash, knock her up, just because I didn't want to play around with her kiting me and me dying to the turret or anything. So I flash, knock her up. Ahri's going to be able to finish that off. Once again, I'm not looking to take kills if I don't have to on Rek'Sai, so I let Ahri get it. And then Lee Sin showing mid. Once again, I really does not have TP, and Malzahar, of course, is mid. Tom and Caitlyn are dead, so that means that it's time to take this turret. So me and the bot lane are going to go ahead and take this turret. I just step on traps in the meantime because I'm obviously not ranged. I don't want to tank the turret while I was killing the minions. So then we're going to take this. And this is how you win games, guys. It's not that. I mean, obviously, I'm not able to do it every game, but the main focus of this game, I made sure my solo laners were ahead, and then my bot lane, they did well on their own, which is always super helpful. But even if they didn't, since I had made sure these solo laners were ahead, I would have been able to spend all my free time bot, which is pretty much what I'm doing anyways. Would have made sure they were ahead. And then you just start taking turrets. Make sure you take a turret every chance you get. If you have sight of all the enemies, or you know that they're either dead or just unable to come, then you should take a turret. Now here you can see Singed actually gets the 2v1 double kill. That's what I was waiting for. As you can see, he is ahead. It didn't seem like he was that ahead. They were tied in kills, but he was up 20 CS, so. And he's good at Singed, so he's able to put that gank to work. He's going to kill them. I'm going to go back to jungling just because there's really not much for me to do. Ahri's not mid. Top just died. Bot lane's nowhere to be seen. So I'm just going to jungle. And I think I want to give my Singed Rift Herald. That's my main goal right now just because he's doing so well in the top lane. I want to try to gank top just so I can get a kill because, I mean, look at this. It takes one hit of his poison and she's already like half life. So I know that top lane's going to be an easy kill. I'm going to go ahead and come top. They actually had this. Tom had just gotten Scuttle. For some reason, Tom was roaming top. So because of that, I knew that they had visioned me, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to dive this Irelia anyways. So I come up. She's way too overextended. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the lane. I'm going to knock her up. I'm going to hit her twice, and then I'm just going to tank the turret a little bit for Singed. Make sure I don't die to the turret, and I'm going to come back over here. There's no reason for me to do anything special there. Once again, no reason for me to chase down the Irelia and kill her. I am mainly the tank here. Lee Sin actually jumps on me, and he ults me, which was really good on his part because I was just going to knock him up and walk away, but he actually gets the ult on me. That way I'm not able to interrupt his Q. He almost kills me. Tom comes in. Tom has exhaust, so I'm trying to get out of here. There's not really that much I can do. What I am going to do is tunnel and then E to this wall, and then luckily this Lee Sin Q missed me. So once I E to the wall, I have another tunnel where I can go through the wall. Lee Sin's going to ward hop over. He just Q'd this minion though, so I know that he's not going to be able to instantly kill me. So I go ahead and run around the wall. I throw up a ward in this bush. Lee Sin comes around, and then at this point, I knew his Q. Look, it's back up. Luckily, I had played Lee Sin. Actually, before this game, I had a Lee Sin game. So I was well accustomed to his timers. I knew his Q was coming up, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn on him. I'm going to lead with my tunnel Q. I'm going to use my W to knock him up. I'm going to use one of my regular Qs while he's knocked up, and I'm going to go ahead and E because that was the most damage I could possibly get off as quickly as I could. However, I am going to have to finish him off with another auto attack. So I do kill the Lee Sin, but then Tom's going to hit me with his tongue. I'm going to die to him, and I think Singed is going to finish off the Tom. But that was just a case of me knowing how my champion works, knowing how Lee Sin's champion works. And since I was dead anyways, might as well do what I can to get a kill out of it, right? So now I'm 2-1-4. Singed is monstrously ahead, which of course Singed falls off late game. So if this game hadn't ended in 3 minutes, they might have been able to come back. But as of now, Singed is super ahead. So I tell Singed that I want to do Rift Herald because once again, there's no dragon up. My team's able to get this turret without me. The only objective really is Rift Herald. So I asked Singed if we can do it. I am going to ult top, and that way he does stop his back. Luckily, the Singed was willing to cooperate with me. It makes it so much better when your team's willing to cooperate with you. We come to do the Rift Herald. I'm tanky enough to tank it for the most part, but I am going to let Singed tank it some, just because there's no reason for me to get really low. They do have a Lee Sin, and you never want to be really low health when a Lee Sin's around, right? So I give that to Singed. Then I'm going to go back to jungling, because there's not much to do. My whole team's recalling. Singed just got a Rift Herald. It's times like these where sometimes people will, we're winning. I mean, obviously, we're super winning. But still, going into their jungle right now would be really stupid on my part because my whole team recalled. So it would just be me, and since I'm playing tank Rek'Sai, that's something you got to remember. You don't want to charge into their jungle by yourself, right? So I clear my jungle. I farm mid for a little bit. And then pretty soon, I think we're going to make one more big play top, and that's going to be it. Right now, I'm just farming up. There's not too much for me to do, honestly, and I want to secure my red buff before I get in a fight, because a red buff is a big part of your damage when you're playing tank Rek'Sai. But anyways, I come with my team, we're just hanging out. Singed gets in a fight with Irelia. I think he is going to get her. Yeah, he's going to get her. Lee Sin's not going to be able to kill him. Once he gets this Rod of Ages is actually really good on Singed, because when you take damage, it's stored as mana, and then when you spend mana, you regen to life. And Singed obviously is always spending mana with his Q. So once he gets this Rod of Ages, he's pretty hard to kill. So Singed is doing well. My team comes up. They're going to finish off the Lee Sin. Once again, that's these solo laners that I snowballed so well. I get into a fight. The reason I got into a fight with Tom here, we can actually rewind it to check out what happens. So Malzahar and Tom are here. I was trying to interrupt Malzahar's Void Shift. It's not a big deal whether I do or not, but that's just what I was doing. And then they split up, so I'm going to go ahead and E after Tom. And the reason I get in a fight with Tom here, it's not like I thought I could kill Tom or anything like that. It's more of Caitlyn was around here somewhere, Malzahar was right here, and I know that they can't really kill me. I did have my flash up if I needed it, but all I'm doing here is delaying them, so my team's going to get this turret pretty much without any interruption, because you're going to see here, Tom is actually going to get his eat on me. He's going to try to throw me through the wall. It's going to be just short to where he can't. Caitlyn and Malzahar were hitting me in the meantime, and then also, as you can see up here, we get the turret for free, so that's just, game knowledge, I guess, good map awareness, knowing who's alive, who's dead, and how you can distract the team. And then it was actually after we get that turret that the enemy team opened top, quote quote. Usually it's open mid, but this case it was open top, and our team's just going to push to end, so I'm just going to speed it up. yeah, 8 times as much as I can. This is the end of the game. So, super short. Why did I win? It was mainly because I didn't have the footage. I probably won't be uploading games that are this short in the future, but we did do a lot to pressure the map early, so I tried to teach you guys that. You know, pick champions when they're good for your team, and that's pretty much it. So once again, it was mainly a lack of footage that we got this game, but I hope you guys enjoyed it either way, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.